Good day, everyone. My name is Karen Laird, and I'm the editor of Sustainable Plastics. And I welcome you to this second session in the new Reifenhauser Technologies livestream series. This is a series designed to give you an opportunity to listen to and to interact with some of the most knowledgeable experts out there in the field of extrusion. Reifenhauser is a world-leading provider of technologies and components for plastics extrusion in the field of blown films, sheets, cast films, and nonwovens. Today, we discuss the highly topical concept of virtual assistants. When on-site visits are not possible, and with coronavirus erupting around Europe currently, it seems like a very likely scenario for the coming months, modern technology can come to the rescue. By taking advantage of state-of-the-art digital services and accessories, such as smart glasses, processors can learn to service their own lines to reduce downtime and to increase efficiency. It's even possible to commission newly purchased equipment without having a Reifenhauser technician on site using this technology. Our speaker today is Daniel Matejko. He's a sales manager, Reifenhauser sales upgrading at Reifenhauser Blown Film in Germany. Daniel will be happy to answer any questions after his presentation. And to submit a question, which you can do at any time, and I encourage you to do so, you can email spevents@crane.com. Or if you've joined us on LinkedIn or YouTube, simply submit your questions through those platforms. And now that's enough for me. I'm really curious as what Daniel's going to say, so I'll hand it over to Daniel. Daniel, it's all yours.
Thank you, Karen, for your nice introductory words, and welcome to the audience. And thank you for joining today's very interesting session about how we at Reifenhäuser can ensure fast offsite support via visual assistance, not only in times when travels are banned or restricted. Next slide, please. I'll be glad informing you about how we at Reifenhäuser understand digital remote service, how we will implement visual assistance in the daily after-sales work in the future and in the complete Reifenhäuser group, and how we already do support our customers worldwide during line installations and commissionings. Finally, we'll have the chance to see a brief video demonstration about how fast and easy the support can work. Next slide. From paperwork to digitalization, since ever, the communication between Reifenhäuser and us was, is, and will be the key. Also, we at Reifenhäuser, we started very, very early, ensuring a close collaboration towards our customers. As an example, in the 50s, by still using typewriters, sending letters or telegraphs. In those times, this type of support was state of the art, but it's not comparable to nowadays support, and it was very, very slow. With the introduction of one of the most important inventions in the history of mankind, the computer, communication could be increased tremendously, and also the communication speed accelerated a lot. But still it was slow. For example, the first receipt or the commented receipt of an email in Germany was in 1984, and it took approximately 24 hours until the information from the email sender was transmitted to the email recipient. So communication speeded up a lot, but it was still slow. Nowadays, and in the context of digitalization and increasing number of machine availability, it's much more important to ensure a smooth processing and to support the customers fast and immediately. So nowadays, computers are omnipresent and indispensable in both private and professional life. There are hardly any limits for direct communication. It doesn't matter where, in which location and what time. By the way, the pics you see here are indeed pics of the Reifenhäuser archive being taken and showing situations from the Reifenhäuser main facility here in Troisdorf, Germany. Next slide. So what is digital remote service? With visual assistants, we refer to the use of a specially developed app called Reifenhäuser Visual Assistants in combination with smart glasses, which are fully voice controlled, or mobile devices as a smartphone or tablet. We use this to enable the communication between a customer's employee standing next to an extrusion line somewhere in the world, it doesn't matter where, and a Reifenhäuser expert being located at one of the numerous Reifenhäuser service units. The field of vision of the employee is being transferred live via the corresponding device, and the video and audio stream shows up and gives the information to the Reifenhäuser expert, who then uses his expertise to evaluate the customer's problem and to finally solve his needs. You as our customer will be able to get the smart glasses from us, or you can use your existing mobile devices. The app, the corresponding app, can be downloaded in the App Store for iOS devices or in the Play Store for Android devices. With our digital remote service, we so overcome physical distances between the customers wherever in the world and the Reifenhäuser Service Center. Availability will be exclusively via our RDC professional contracts with defined service level agreements. Existing RDC contracts can be upgraded or extended to the new functionalities. This system is not only available for the after-sales service, but can also support our customers during line commissionings and installations. This needs an individual agreement, which will be described later on in more detail. Next slide, please. So what are the features of our Visual Assistants app? Our app is capable to transmit videos and pics in real time and in HD quality. Documents as files, sketches, and drawings can be shared in both directions, and even noisy areas are no problem, as the mobile devices as well as the smart glasses can be extended or connected with, for example, noise-canceling headphones. One of the most important benefits we are offering with our solution is an adaptive data transmission according to the bandwidth at customer's site. That means once the glasses or the mobile device is connected onto the existing Wi-Fi and you have set up the app, it's checking the bandwidth which is actually available at your facility and is setting accordingly an remote or resolution mode. If during a session the resolution or the bandwidth differs, that means it rises or falls, then also the transmission of the images will adapt accordingly. If during a session, for example, the situation is stuck from technical point of view, also no problem. Just involve another partner as, for example, a supplier who gives you a technical advice. So finally, there is no limitation in the amount of participants. Even language barriers can be overcome, as the system is providing more than 140 language versions. That means, for example, if me as a German-speaking guy or a native German-speaking guy, I'm supporting a Chinese customer, I set in the web portal Chinese language, and my spoken word or my written words will occur on customer's mobile device or on his smart glasses in written Chinese letters. Other way around, exactly the same. Optionally, and as an addition to the smart glasses, you can integrate our FieldRec camera solution set, which you see here on the slide, consisting of a robust case, including in standard 4 HD cameras, all being comfortably with cable connection and central port and 230 volt power supply. Up to 12 additional HD cameras could be added. For example, this can be also shown in the remote cockpit, which you will see afterwards. Next slide, please. So let's come to the part how we use visual assistants in the after sales. Basically, every customer has his different service needs. Some want to have troubleshooting, some need a software update to be activated in the HMI, some want to have support on line settings. With our Reifenhäuser Visual Assistants approach, we combine all these service needs and support in individual production process without unplanned disturbances. That means our main goal is indeed to ensure your line productivity and to avoid line stops. How does the app work? Finally, it's very, very easy. First of all, the customer once needs to download the app in the store, as described before, needs to connect his smart glasses or his mobile devices into the Wi-Fi, just opens the app and gets an immediate and unique session number. What is important to know for you is there is no registration of personal data needed. We will not take your data. The Reifenhäuser Diagnostic Center afterwards needs to be called, and the individual session number needs to be transmitted to the person, to the Reifenhäuser expert answering the call. He's setting this individual session number into the web portal, and immediately the session starts. Visual assistance is immediately enabled via sharing the screens, by sharing documents, recording videos, doing snapshots, or using the chat functionality. Also, intercultural languages barriers, as I said, can be overcome by the use of the multiple languages possible. As the data we are talking about are of sensitive processes, you need to know that the complete connection is SSL encrypted and protected with passwords. We will not touch your servers. The server is going to be located in Germany, and this is the one supporting the app. So we will not go onto your data. Next slide, please. So what you see here is the so-called Reifenhäuser Remote Cockpit. This is the workstation where our experts are supporting the customers and will solve your problems. You see several screens here. For example, on the left screen, you see the Reifenhäuser Diagnostic Center ticket system, to which the customers do address their problems via email. The middle screen here shows the actual view from the person being on site on the extrusion line, wearing the smart glasses or having the mobile devices in his hands. The right screen reflects the automation system, means the customer's line HMI. In this case, our Reifenhäuser expert connected onto the line via VPN connection to see the values of the line. Next slide, please. But we do not only use the visual assistance in the after-sales service, but also do successfully use it and support our customers during installation and commissionings of new extrusion lines. Up to now, we have processed several lines acceptances successfully, and the feedback from the customers as well as from our experts supporting from the remote cockpit is great. To ensure for both parties, the customers and us, a professional procedure of the line installation and commissioning via remote modus, the regulation or the setup of certain rules is absolutely mandatory. We have set up and established certain quality gates to ensure a smooth continuing process. Finally, it's in our interest to bring the customer's line into successful and sustainable production in terms of line productivity, that means output and quality. Let's go a bit into more detail. The first construction site period, which is here marked with the point 0, this is the part where, or the period where we create in general the certain conditions to regulate the responsibilities. Checklists make sure that both parties come up with their expectations or with their obligations before continuing with the next construction site period. During the mechanical and electrical installation, our guys do support on demand. That means it is no 100% full support, but the guys are absolutely on standby, and as soon as the customer is asking for help, our people will jump in and will support immediately. That means also that the customer is in charge of the mechanical and electrical installation for sure. Once the components are mechanically installed and electrically connected, comes the part where we do the functional commissioning of the line. Now we switch over to full-time support. That means our service experts are working in shift work in the remote cockpit, supporting the customer step by step to ensure a smooth processing and to cover most time of the day. We are actually not yet talking about the 24/7 support, but according to the location of the line, we will define together with the customer which time frame is the most suitable for him. Period 4, Period 4 is the process engineering commissioning with full-time support, also again by Reifenhäuser experts. This is the period where we make sure that the line is capable to produce the film in an adequate or in the agreed quality and output. Once all these steps have been attempted successfully to every party's satisfaction, we do sign online together with the customer the final acceptance protocol, as if our process engineer would be present on site. Next slide. I would like to point out again that with our visual assistants, we are not only able to do installations or to support installations and commissionings, but also do achieve successfully complete line acceptances as we would be present on site. During the complete process, the customer is showing his field of vision to our remote cockpit, and our service experts do see immediately the progresses of the acceptance so that he can follow the inspection and see what is happening now. In case something is happening or a customer has concerns, he can interact immediately and solve the problems. Next slide. So, already performed successfully. We are talking here about an approved and tested solution, especially since the coming of COVID-19 times. We have received great feedback from customers, as many of them have installed their new lines and commissioned their new lines with our visual assistance support. Our Reifenhäuser experts do guide the customer's local assembly team step by step based on our experience and based on predefined instructions and checklists. According to the principle, do good things and talk about them, we also for sure do publish our success stories and successful projects in the social network, for sure only if the customer agrees to that. But up to now, we only received great feedback. Next slide. So let's review together why our customers and we are convinced of the new visual assistants. So what we do is we support remote for service calls. We do support during commissionings. We do support during installations, and we finally achieve customers' acceptances. One of the main differences is that indeed our system has an adaptive image transmission, as stated before. That means we avoid complete breakdowns of the image transfer. The purely voice-controlled data glasses enable hands-free and safely working. We are not talking about an augmented reality glass or glasses which are completely black and full, but it's just covering one eye, as you see here on the screen, so that the customer's employee can work safely and still has his personal reality view. As stated before, the system can be extended with safety helmets, for example, or also with noise-canceling headphones. The expert, wherever he may be, he will exactly see what the customer is seeing. So finally, we do support you minimizing downtimes, accelerating your installation and commissioning, and we will support you and we will not let you down. Before I'm going to give you the chance to state your questions, I would like to show you roughly how fast and easy our system can work. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you.
A very interesting and a very relevant presentation. And we're now ready to take your questions. I see a few coming up on the screen already. So let me start with this one. Daniel, who is going to install the visual assistant hard and software at our production site?
So Karen, this is a very easy and fast answer because there is no need to install any software at customer site. The only thing the customer needs to do is to download the app and to open it. That's finally it. If he goes for the smart glasses from us, all the software is going to be pre-installed. So no way or no need to install something at customer site.
Oh, that's indeed very convenient. And let me see. Does it work in a noisy environment?
Yes, it does.
Hmm?
Yes, it does, indeed. So I was talking to the service experts already supporting the customers during line installations, and they all confirmed that there is a clear sound transmission. And as I stated during the presentation, the system can even be added with, for example, noise-canceling headphones.
Okay. Let me see. Here's a question about the advantages of the glasses compared to the mobile app. What's the difference? What are the advantages?
So the main advantage for sure is that the customer is able to work hands-free and completely safely. As I stated, he's just covering one eye, but still has his complete reality view. And it is very easy to wear. And for sure, for us as Reifenhäuser, with the experience of thousands of installations and commissionings, the satisfaction in combination with personal safety is the most important fact to us. With the implementation of the visual assistants, we are not compromising this fact at all. As with our concept and with our legal framework, we ensure in our training for sure also to the operators, we ensure that the customers' operators will be able to behave with the glasses, for example, and will be skilled enough, and also from a language point of view, will be skilled enough to communicate in a very professional way with our Reifenhäuser experts.
Okay, let me see. So how many of these how many of these things how many of these systems have you used up till now? Is it popular? Have a lot of customers used it, or is it still something they're worried about?
Actually, no, they are not worried about it at all, especially since the COVID-19 times. They are absolutely convinced, and we can even say that we receive great feedback from them, as in their opinion, the training effect is even higher than if our expert would be on site and would do the work for them.
That's amazing. I see here about the smart glasses. How many smart glasses come with the app?
So finally, as stated during the presentation, the availability will be indeed via our RDC professional contracts exclusively. There we are going to fix conditions, and with certain service level agreements, the customer will get one set of smart glasses together with an app. So, but as I stated, the app can be downloaded from the App Store, from the Play Store. So at the end of the day, it's independent from each other. As there is no final need, for sure, we appreciate if the customers go for the smart glasses from us, but there is a second alternative, which is that the customer could use his mobile devices as tablet or smartphone.
Okay. Is this service a 24/7 service?
Not yet. We are going to harmonize the complete service in the next months, and we will announce, or we will define the finally hours. But up to now, it is no fixed 24/7 support yet. But as stated, we will come up with it to customer satisfaction, and depending on where the customer's lines are, for sure we will be able to support.
Okay. Well, let me see. I have a question here. Why was the operator in the video still using a mobile phone if it's hands-free?
Yes, this was indeed just an example to show.
Oh.
So you have both possibilities for sure. You need to call, as stated, you need to call the RDC to transmit the session number to the RDC people. This is why he was picking up the phone and transferring the session number to the RDC guy.
Okay. And is it you said that you were only looking through the smart glasses with one eye. Is that
Yes.
not confusing for an operator?
Not at all. I was testing it. If you don't mind, I do have one pair here with me, which I can show you immediately. So you see here in the display, you will see the complete field. And as I said, if I look above the glasses or above this display, I am completely free. Can use my hands free and can act according to the instructions of the Reifenhäuser expert.
All right. Okay. Well, right now, I don't see any other questions. Daniel, are there any thoughts you'd like to share with our audience?
Yes, for sure. What needs to be understood very clearly is that the visual assistance is not to be seen or supposed to be the replacement of personal activity or personal on-site visits. It is just more to be seen as an extension of our service portfolio. For sure, and as stated, the security of our customers and their satisfaction is our biggest goal, and we will do everything and all our utmost to ensure that our customers will be happy and that they are able to install and commission, if requested, their lines under our instruction of with visual assistance.
Okay, that's very good to know. And meanwhile, one last question has come in. It was emailed from spevents@crane.com, and the question is, will the current RDC contracts be upgraded, or upgrading will be available for existing customers?
Yes, exactly. So the existing RDC contracts will be upgradable to the new functionalities. Once we have harmonized all the RDC contracts, we will go offensively to our customers and will give them the chance to benefit from the new functionality of visual assistance.
Okay. Oh, and here's another one. Do the virtual assistant glasses apply to Reifenhäuser machines bought 10 years ago?
So mainly what is important to know, maybe I forgot it during the presentation, is there is no need to have virtual glasses for every line, for sure. We do need to have one RDC contract per line. This is for sure. This is what our customers know. But it's only necessary to have one set of glasses. If we are talking, and we do have very experienced RDC experts sitting in our locations worldwide, and when they are able to support also, for example, older technologies as Kirin lines, for sure they will be pleased also to support here.
Okay, that's good news. Not everybody has bought new
latest technology.
Yeah, right. Okay. Well, thanks again, Daniel, for bringing us up to speed on what's possible today with modern remote technology.
It was my pleasure.
Okay. And for those of you who have additional questions, please feel free to mail these to the email address you now see on the screen. And with that, I'd like to thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.